Hi students, welcome to the video lecture of EDP Entrepreneurial Development Programs. It's Unit 4 of Entrepreneurial Development for third year students, 6th semester. This is Vidhya V, Assistant Professor of CSE Department, Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute. So what is EDP? So it stands for Entrepreneurship Development Program. So in the last unit, we saw how to generate ideas or opportunities or create opportunities for entrepreneurship. But once you create an idea, but you still don't have knowledge of how to start an enterprise, you can enroll yourself to this program. So it helps us in developing entrepreneurial abilities. The skills that are required to run a business successfully is developed among the people through this program. It consists of a structured training process to develop an individual as an entrepreneur. So what are the objectives of EDP? The main thing is they develop and strengthen entrepreneurial qualities. Before they start a program, they analyze the environmental setup for small business and industries, and they help us in acquiring necessary managerial skills for managing an enterprise. So managerial skills can be managing your finance, your staffing, your human resources and stuff like that. Then identifying and training potential entrepreneurs, providing post-training assistance. So after training also they provide assistance. The last one is solving unemployment problem. So who actually provides this EDP training? So it's provided by qualified trainers, and the success of EDP also depends on that particular trainers. So they should be committed, competent and qualified. So they must be fully acquainted with whatever is latest in their respective fields. So they should have a knowledge of the latest trends that is happening in their fields. And different types of EDPs are organized in different countries based on the local conditions. So let's look into roles of EDP. EDP is considered as the most important instrument to solve the poverty and unemployment problems in our society. So it basically plays 4 roles in an entrepreneur's life. The first one is stimulatory. So this refers to all such efforts which stimulates the emergence of entrepreneurship in a society. So it involves the following activities: educating entrepreneurs, locating potential entrepreneurs to scientific methods, imparting motivational training to new entrepreneurs, guiding the entrepreneurs in product selection and project report, and providing them with counseling and promotion. The next role that it plays is supportive role. So this role aims at assisting entrepreneurs to establish and operate enterprises. This is done by group support activities, and it includes the following: registration of enterprises, arranging of finance, providing land, shed, etc., supplying materials, providing of common infrastructure facilities, assisting in marketing and supplying necessary data. So they are actually supporting in starting an enterprise by doing all these activities. The next role is sustaining. So you have actually started the enterprise, but how you should sustain in the market. So this is where EDP comes into action. It enables the entrepreneurs to run their enterprises on a sustained basis. How does it do? It includes the following activities: assisting in modernization, expansion and diversification of organizations. So if you want to open any franchise across the countries, so it will help you in doing that. Helping in production of substitute projects, providing necessary finance for maximum capacity utilization, reservation of products, and quality testing and improving your services. So the more you expand, the more you have to keep testing your quality. So if your quality reduces, obviously your product will not be successful. So you have to keep testing your quality and keep improving your services, and EDP will help you in doing that by conducting these activities. The last role is socio-economic role. So it facilitates promotion of industries as well as status of the people in the society. How does it do? By performing the following functions. So utilizing the unutilized resources for establishment of enterprise, helping dispersion of industries to promote balanced regional development, create immediate employment opportunities in small scale industries, and ensuring equitable distribution of national income and wealth. So, national income and wealth should be equitably or equally distributed among the entrepreneurs. So, the socio-economic role of EDP will ensure that. So, what are the course contents or rather course curriculum of EDP? So, in India, the course contents are uniform. They are in line with the objects of EDP. And the duration of the training program is usually 4 to 6 weeks. And the ideal numbers in a group would be 30 to 35. It consists of 6 inputs, namely, first one is Introduction to Entrepreneurship. So, this is the first stage where trainees are introduced to the fundamentals of entrepreneurship. So, they are exposed to general knowledge of entrepreneurship, namely, role of entrepreneurs in economic development of a nation, qualities of entrepreneurs, facilities available for establishing enterprises, and so on. The second input is motivating entrepreneurs. So, once the fundamentals of entrepreneurship are made known to the trainees, the next step is taking initiative to motivate them towards entrepreneurship. So, here efforts are taken to inject confidence and positive attitude among the participants towards business. The third one is imparting managerial skills. So, this is a must. Managerial skills is a must when you run an enterprise or a business, whether it is big or small. So, it is especially true in the case of small enterprises where an entrepreneur cannot afford to employ management experts to manage the business. So, the entrepreneur himself should improve his managerial skills. So, therefore, it imparts basic and necessary managerial skills in various functional areas of management like finance, production, human resources, marketing, and so on. So, the fourth input is exposure to support system and procedure. Here, the participants are made aware of various policies and procedures formulated by the government, various industrial agencies, etc. So, this enables the participants to know the support available from different agencies to set up an enterprise. The fifth one is guidance to conduct feasibility studies. So, knowledge about conduct of feasibility is really a must for the trainees. Hence, the course contents consist of guidance to trainees in the area of conducting feasibility studies. So, here trainees are provided with information and counseling as to various business opportunities in the area in which EDP is conducted. The last input is taking for field visits. So, here trainees are taken to industries to familiarize them with real life situation of the entrepreneurs in small business. It gives them first hand knowledge and exposure to the participants regarding the problems as well as prospects of an industry. So, what are the phases of EDP? So, an EDP possesses following 3 phases. We'll see one by one. The first phase is pre-training phase. So, it refers to the activities and preparatory work made before the actual conduct of training. So, it involves the following activities: selection of area, selection of course coordinator or trainer, arrangement of infrastructure, conduct of industrial survey to identify good business opportunity in that area, formulating the program. Formulating means printing the entry forms, distribution of entry forms, analyzing the syllabus, arranging guest faculties, and so on, and getting support from various agencies. So, the second phase is training phase. Here it involves 3 phases. First one is raising motivational level, that is confidence building. So, EDPs are normally designed to raise the motivation level to a higher level. Each session in the training program should aim at strengthening the confidence and expanding vision of the participants. The second phase is improvement of managerial talents. So, entrepreneurs should understand the basic principles of management, and they should also be made to realize the benefits and significance of management functions like planning, organizing, staffing, controlling, coordinating, etc. And the third phase is developing the technical competence. So, during the course, a candidate may select one or more products for manufacture. So, the technical competence suitable to the product selected should be developed in the participants. The last phase is post-training phase. This refers to follow-up stage. So in this phase, assessment as to how far the objectives of the program have been achieved has been made. So some of the activities involved are registration of enterprise, arranging finance, guidance with respect to purchase of plant and machinery, providing land shed, obtaining of licenses, assistance of management consultancy, and up-to-date information of latest industry. So in short, we may say that for healthy development of entrepreneurs and enterprises, all the three phases are necessary. So what are the different methods of entrepreneurial training? The first one is individual training. So a single individual is selected for training under this method, and this is suitable where a complicated skill is to be taught to an individual. The second one is group training. So this is suitable for a group of individuals with a similar type of work, and similar instructions are to be given to all. The third one is lecture method. Under this method, the instructor communicates in theory and the practice is to be followed by the trainees. So whatever the queries, clarifications or doubts of the trainees, they are cleared on the spot. Written instruction method is the fourth method. This aims at providing written material for future reference by the learners. It is generally adopted where a standardized production system is to be followed. Then the fifth one is demonstration method. This method aims at providing practical exposure to the trainees by the trainer for better understanding. So he explains at length minute details of the performance of the work. The sixth one is conference method. So under this method, experts from different fields share their ideas aimed at providing knowledge to trainees for improving their effectiveness. And the last method is meetings. So this method aims at providing opportunity to the trainees to discuss various problems confronting them. This method enables them to exchange ideas and views on various issues and finally arrive at firm conclusions based on discussion. The next one is achievement. So what is these EDPs achieved till now? So they have created many employment opportunities, formation of capital, balanced regional development, use of local resources, improvement in income, improvement in standard of living of people. They have given us economic independence. They prevented industrial slums, reduced social tension due to unemployment, and facilitated overall development of society. So how do you evaluate EDP? How do you know how successful an EDP has been? So we do the following criteria. The first one is activity level of the respondents. So how active the trainees have been in establishing the enterprise once they have finished the training. So depending on that, we can know how successful the EDP has been. The second one is new enterprise creation, employment generation or creation of opportunities of jobs, increase in sales and profit, enterprise expansion, enterprise transformation, repayment of loans of entrepreneurs, total investments, and number of people employed. So based on these criteria, we can know how effective or successful has that EDP been by motivating the trainers. So these are some of the institutions that is providing assistance for entrepreneurial development. So at national level, as you can see, IDBI, IFCI, ICICI, SIDBI, Khadi and Village Industries, Science and Technology Entrepreneurs Park, STEP, NABARD, they are all providing entrepreneurial development assistance at national level. And these are the institutions that's providing assistance at the state level. So CC, DIC, SFC, SSIC, SIPC, and management institutes and voluntary organizations are also providing assistance. So what is the role of government in organizing these EDPs? So for organizing EDPs on a sustained manner, the union and state governments have undertaken the following activities. The first one is establishment of specialized institutions at national level. So the following EDP organizations have been set up by the government to promote entrepreneurship in the country. So SCC, NEDI, NST, EDB, IIE, these were all established by government to help in setting up EDP. Second one is establishment of district industries center. DIC have been established in every district of almost all the states of India. It focuses primarily on entrepreneurship awareness programs and tiny and small scale sector projects. A third one is introduction to entrepreneurship courses. Here several universities, IITs, management institutes, etc. have introduced the course of entrepreneurship in their curriculum to motivate the students to choose entrepreneurial career instead of job employment. The fourth one is financial support by government development bankers for conducting seminars, workshops, and industrial survey. So, for creating awareness among the entrepreneurs about various incentives and benefits envisaged by the government, funding support has been provided for organizing seminars and workshops. So, besides financial assistance is also provided to the organizations for conducting survey of different areas to identify projects to be taken. Next one is financial support by government or development banks and nationalized public sector banks. So, in order to organize EDPs in sustainable basis, financial support is being provided by union and state governments, financial institutions like IDBI, IFCI, and public sector commercial banks. Sixth one is institutional support system for entrepreneurial development. So, small scale enterprises are important for generation of employment, utilization of resources, and creation of infrastructure facilities. So, need for support service organization in our country is of much significance. So, organizing and conducting EDPs is not an easy task. It involves many problems which lead to low level of performance. Some of them are lack of specialized organizations. So, lack of adequate number of specialized organization is the first and foremost problem of EDP. So, even the organizations which are functioning in the field are lack in commitment and sincerity. So, EDPs are used as a means for generating funds for these organizations. Hence, there is a lack of motivation. The second one is lack of trainers. The trainers are not found in adequate numbers. So, even those who are available, they are not dedicated to their job. So, they are not found up to the level to motivate the participants to start the ventures. Third one is lack of conducive environment. So, lack of conducive environment is another problem and it makes the trainer's role ineffective. The fourth one is selection of wrong trainees. So, trainees selected for attending EDP should have interest in the field of entrepreneurship. Otherwise, it is a total waste. So, EDP is conducted to motivate the trainees to start their own ventures. So, if it does not result in creating, then it is an utter failure of EDP. Next is selection of wrong projects. So, projects selected should be of potential ones so that entrepreneurs can succeed. But most of the time, the projects selected are unsuitable to the situation and that becomes a failure. Sixth one is apathetic attitude of support agencies. So, apathetic attitude support agencies like banks, financial institutions to support entrepreneurs stands as another hurdle in the success of EDPs. Next is lack of entrepreneurial environment and culture. So, in our country, there is actually a lack of entrepreneurial environment and culture, which is a must for healthy development of entrepreneurship. So, if the environment is not conducive, entrepreneurs may find it difficult to start their venture. Last one is lack of support. After training, entrepreneurs need adequate counseling, support, services, etc. for grounding their projects. In our country, follow-up action is not adequate, which creates a lot of troubles to entrepreneurs. So that's the end of the session. Hope you all liked it. Thank you so much.